Okay. Now, to complete this bleeding heart assignment, we're gonna add, open the heart, all right, which I attached to your assignment on Google Classroom. All right, here we go. Now, guys, look, there's not enough space around the heart, So there are multiple ways you can resolve this issue, Joshua. First, you can expand, what is it called? The canvas size. You can expand the canvas size, or you could have added it to a bigger canvas, right? Since I made a mistake of not adding it to a bigger canvas, I'm going to add an extra canvas size to it. I'll extend this canvas without without changing the heart size. So I'm going to keep the heart, but the canvas will expand. How are we going to do that? Under image, we've done it the first day when we did the photopia. If you go under image and click on canvas size, you are able to change it. So right now, this is the size. You can make it 600, and it's going to be a much bigger canvas. And at the same time, heart remains where it is. Now, I need to fill the rest of the page with white color. So I'm going to use a paintbrush, a bucket tool, and then just color it. There we go. Now this is my image. Now, next thing is I'm going to add the arrow that has been added to your Google Classroom. So we're going to go, this time I'm going to do open and place, because I want to place it on top of this assignment, not as a separate tab. So arrow, and then this arrow needs some fixing. So I need to remove the background of my arrow, but before I need to turn it this way, make it longer. Okay. And need to remove the background. We've done it many times. To remove the background, first you need to make sure this image is a raster image. Right now it's an object. With object, we have different purposes. We're not there yet, but we're going to work with objects as well. So we're going to deal with the raster. That's why I need to make a right click and make it into rasterized image. So we made it into pixels, not vector images. Now I can delete the background. So I'm going to pick magic wand, click on the edges, the white part of my image of the arrow. It's going to get selected, and then press on backspace or delete. And there you go. You see, it's gone. Now, after I'm done it, I need to cancel the selection process, because you see it is still glowing. So Control D does it. So this Control D, a lot of times is misunderstood, and people have no idea what is Control D. So they try to fix things. Things don't work. The problem here is it is still in a selection mode. To cancel it, we need to click on Control D. There we go. Now I'm able to move my arrow like this. So the problem here is this part of the arrow should be behind the heart, right? But I cannot have it when it's my arrow is whole. I need to split it into half. So first half will be front, which will lay on top of my heart. The second half of my arrow will lay under the heart, which make it behind the arrow heart. So that's the principle, okay? So how I'm gonna cut this into half? To cut it into half, you have to use the selection tool, rectangle or circular, doesn't matter. You select the part of the arrow that you're gonna have on the behind the heart, you see? And then you just Control X it. Control X is shortcut for cutting. And then you need to add a new layer to paste it. New layer, Control V. Now you see it is here. So my arrow, this is yes, this is a tip of the arrow. This is a bottom of the arrow. So if I move this layer under the heart, you know why it didn't work? Because my heart has a background. How do I fix it? How do I fix it? Anyone? We just get rid of the background, right? Let's use magic wand. Click. There you go. Can you see it now? All right. Now you don't have to have a background because when you guys have this animated, your browser will add a white background to it automatically. So there is no need for background when you save it as a GIF animation. Now I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna Control Delete. I'm gonna move this part of the arrow a little up. So you see, it looks like it's behind the heart. So it's like went through the heart, right? Yes. Guys, at this point, what's annoying here is the fact that there are 3 layers. I want to put them into one single layer. All right. So those 3 makes it very confusing. So let's put them together. So what is it? What does it mean? Like what's the synonym of putting together in English? Like when 2 roads become one single. Merge, right? Okay, just remember that. So when you make a right click, you have an option saying merge down. We can also say flatten the image. If you do the flatten the image, it's going to merge all of them at once. But if you want to merge certain layers, you have to go with merge down. So since I want to merge all of them, I'm going to use flatten the image. And there you go. All of them are into one single image. Does it make sense? Image. Now, what I need to do is, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, I'm going to do this, guys. So here, there is like multiple ways of doing it, but I'm going to do the easiest one for you. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a drop of blood. So I'm going to use a brush. Okay, zoom in. And then I will try to draw it. So here. All right. Okay, that's one drop, right? And I draw another one. And I draw another one. And I draw another one. And I draw another one here. So you see how many drops I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means I need to duplicate it 5 times. Duplicate it once. But before you duplicate it, make the drops, all of them visible, guys. Make all of them visible like this, okay? Now, after you guys do that, so after you have the dropping blood drops, you duplicate the same layer 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 layers now. Okay. Starting from the very top, I'm going to erase some things. So what is it? I'm going to get the erase tool. Okay. Right now, I'm working with the top layer. So I'm going to erase all these drops except the first one. Yeah, you see? I'm erasing all the drops like this. Right? That's the first top layer. Now, check the second layer. So you see the first layer, I only left one drop here on the first layer. And then the other 4 layers are unchecked. I'm not supposed to see them. Now you're going to check the second. And then this time you erase only these 3. Here. So on the second, I leave 2 drops only. So on the first one, I have 1 drop. Second one has 2 drops. The third one will have 3 drops. And then you make visible the fourth. You erase the last drop. Need to click on it. And then you check the last, and then just leave it as it is. So look, first layer has 1 drop, second has 2, third one has 3, 4 has 4, and then last one adds the 5th drop. Now it's ready to be animated. Okay, 4 or 5 different layers. Now, what should be done next before we save it as a GIF animation? We need to make them into frames. These are layers, guys. You need to make them into frames, like an actual filming frames, you know, filming. So how do we do that? In GIF, it works like this. You have to either do it one by one by going on layer, and then animation, and then make a frame, make frames. Or you can select all of them and do it at once. Or you can do it one by one. Layer, animation, make frames. Layer, animation, make frames. Layer, animation, make frames. And then the last one, layer, animation, make frames. All right. Now let's check this. So I framed them all. So basically, you can do it manually. What makes it frame is this underscore a underscore at the beginning of the layer name. That's what makes it layer frame. That's the only thing added. Okay, you can do it manually if you want. Look, click on the name, and then just add underscore a underscore. That's also make it in the frame. So it's been coded like this. All right, that's how they chose to code it. Normally, they could have been differently. Now, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna save it as export as GIF, and then it's gonna show us how it's animated. All right, so it's going the yeah, something like this. Now, it's not really looks like it's dripping, right? So what we can do is we can rearrange it. So this one goes first. We move it up. I think that's the mistake. It's my mistake. Like this. Now let's try it again. Yeah, there we go. You see? Now, one more thing. Let's save it as a GIF and then see how it looks on the browser. So I'm saving it. I'm double click, and it's gonna open it as a browser. Let's see. Oh, okay. Seems like it's gonna be better if we fix the background, the transparency issue. So how are we gonna fix it? We can click on each layer and then just uncheck them all, and just color those. You know, this portion we have to color it to white because I thought it wouldn't be visible, but apparently it is. So let's color this. Let's color that. Yeah. So that, 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 this. And here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Export as GIF. Yeah, something like this. Again, depending on your effort, you make it more professional. But mine is like minimal. Okay, just save it as a GIF, and then you can upload it on Google Platform.